everyone. We are so excited to share the work we have been doing this semester with you. We have been working on a project called Fostering an Ecologically Responsible Cannabis Industry, and we've been doing this work for the Massachusetts Cannabis Control Commission. Just a little bit of an introduction before we get started. So as stated in our previous slide, our client was the Massachusetts Cannabis Control Commission, whose mission is to honor the will of the voters of Massachusetts by safely, equitably, and effectively implementing and administering laws that enable access to medical and adult use marijuana in the Commonwealth. So the Commission is revising their regulations later this year, and they require input on energy efficiency regulations and expanding the role of the Commission. So the overall goal for our project was to provide the Massachusetts Cannabis Control Commission with helpful and realistic recommendations for ways that they can improve their current regulations. The key questions our research was aiming to address are what innovations are being made to reduce greenhouse gas emissions in the cannabis industry, and have the Massachusetts Commission's regulations kept up with the industry changes compared with other states? So our research and methods. So our team researched various other states that have legalized recreational cannabis as well to compare their regulations with that of Massachusetts. And we also explored different indoor agriculture industry innovations that have been made that are trying to make that industry more sustainable. And as far as our methods go, we utilized qualitative methods of comparative analysis and content analysis to evaluate and compare the effectiveness of other states' regulations. And we also researched other indoor agricultural innovations, reviewed existing academic research, and analyzed potential application of those innovations to the cannabis industry. The states that our team chose to focus on were Vermont, New York, New Jersey, Colorado, and California. And here are the key findings of those states. So with Vermont, Vermont offers rebates that can cover 30 to 40% of incurred energy efficiency costs, and Vermont growers have implemented their own water conservation measures. With New York is currently reviewing a proposed regulation to ban fossil fuels for heating and cooling in the cannabis cultivation. And with New Jersey has some of the highest energy rates in the country, and the New Jersey governor intends to decrease emissions in all sectors across the state. California has regulations on electrical use limits, and they require carbon offsets if limits are exceeded. They also place a much bigger focus on water usage than Massachusetts does. They have their own water board cannabis program as well as a watershed enforcement task force. Colorado issues compliance credits for using renewable energy sources, and they have a program called CROP, which is a state-backed energy management program whose aim is reducing emissions and costs for cannabis businesses. We chose to focus on these innovations: composting, lighting, packaging, water, and carbon dioxide, and here are some key findings within those innovations. With composting programs can be effective in reducing waste and improving soil health, but they have some major implementation issues. Lighting, so LED lights are cheaper and more powerful and are becoming the go-to lighting source among new cannabis cultivators. With packaging, most packaging that claims to be biodegradable or compostable is not actually accurate. With water, root moisture monitors and sensors can help cultivators to be more precise in timing and amount of water used in irrigation, which leads to less water usage and waste. And with carbon dioxide, CO2 supplementation in the cultivation practices can also help reduce the need for synthetic fertilizers, pesticides, and other chemicals. The research our team has done this semester has led us to make the following recommendations. Massachusetts should restrict, ban, and phase out the use of on-site fossil fuels for heating and cooling in the cannabis cultivation facilities. They should create a circular economy with CO2 capture and use. Like Colorado's crop program, this would allow cultivators and breweries to work collectively and to reduce the cost of purchased carbon dioxide. They should mandate that packaging is reusable and shall not be plastic, unless there is a state approval for extenuating circumstances, and they should develop an alternative material overall method to replace the use of non-recyclable metric tags for cannabis plants. While conducting our research, our team also spoke with many industry professionals, and a big thing that came up was incentives. So we are recommending that Massachusetts provide incentives for things like a packaging recollection program, to incentivize using different water innovations. And we also recommend that they should create some sort of recognition program. They can offer something for cultivators that go above and beyond in compliance with energy saving standards, somewhat similar to like a LEED certification for buildings and construction. We highly believe that this would encourage people to adopt these practices. Thank you so much for listening to our presentation. We had a great semester working with the Massachusetts Cannabis Control Commission and learned so much doing this project.